Tonight in Westerville, the Otterbein men's team looks to win 2 in a row as the conference's top-scoring freshman Jake Phillips and his Cardinals take on the 10-4 Blue Streaks of John Carroll. Coming up next here on Otterbein Television.
We welcome you to the 40th season of basketball here at the Reich Center as your Otterbein Cardinals take on the visiting Blue Streaks of John Carroll. Hello everybody, I'm Aaron Reinhardt alongside the legendary David Kinder. And David, we haven't been able to say it that much this season, but the Cardinals are coming off of a victory.
Yeah, you got a chance to go for a winning streak now. Otterbein got the victory last Saturday up in Heidelberg, a big victory, and now they have 2 conference wins on the season.
Yes, and one of the successes of the last victory against Heidelberg has been the freshman talent, David, and it's really propelled this team to some of their victories this season.
Well, both the guards, but Jake Phillips really has come along. Just a freshman. He's been phenomenal. He had 30 points in the victory up in Tiffin. No Otterbein athlete has scored that much since 2009, and we're going to see a lot of great freshman athletes in today's game. 4 of the top scoring freshmen in the conference in the top 50 are playing today. 2 for Otterbein, 2 for John Carroll, so a lot of young talent on the floor. Grant Finner for Otterbein, Phyllis also for Otterbein running the guard position. You're going to see a lot of young scorers.
Exactly. Now, for the Blue Streaks, there's going to be plenty of guys the Cardinals are going to have to stop tonight, but one of the guys we want to focus on is Simon Kasharowicz.
Yeah, he's going to be playing down low, and he's the second best rebounder in the conference, averaging almost 8 a game, hits on over 50% of his field goals. He's a really talented guy, a really big guy, and for Otterbein, you're going to have to find someone to post up and play on him.
Keys to victory, David. This is going to be a tough one if the Cardinals want to beat the Blue Streaks. What do they have to do tonight to get the victory?
Well, we talked about height, and that's been a problem all year for Otterbein. This is a Blue Streaks team, 4 guys over 6'6". Otterbein, only 1 guy. So it's going to be difficult to find someone to match up with the taller John Carroll players. But we talked to Coach Adrian. He said, you got to be physical with them. You got to try to match up, and you got to try to wear them down and run them down the court. And that's what they have to do if they want to get the victory today and move to 3 conference wins on the year.
It's OAC men's basketball action. It is coming up next. Keep it locked here on Otterbein TV. The Blue Streaks and the Cardinals coming up.
A member of NCAA Division III, the OAC features outstanding educational programs in a small class setting, while offering competitive athletic opportunities in 23 sports. 10 private colleges and universities form the OAC, the nation's premier small athletic conference. Baldwin Wallace University, Capital University, Heidelberg University, John Carroll University, Marietta College, the University of Mount Union, Muskingum University, Ohio Northern University, Otterbein University, and Wilmington College. The Ohio Athletic Conference, where a proud history meets the promise of tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Reich Center as we bring you OAC men's basketball action between Blue Streaks of John Carroll and your Otterbein Cardinals. And David, let's first take a look at the starting 5 for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, John Carroll will take the floor, as you mentioned. 10-5 on the year, 4-4 overall. They're led by head coach Mike Moran. 22nd season, 10 regular season OAC titles, and they will take the floor at center. The man down low, number 44, Dan Hennessy. The forward, Jake Hollinger. Playing the guard position is number 33, David Hendrickson, Danny Wallach, and Joey Vanicek.
Like you mentioned, 10-5 on the year. We're looking to improve that record in the OAC at just 4-4. Now for your Otterbein Cardinals, led by second-year head coach Todd Adrian. They come in at 3-12, 2-6 in the conference. Take a look at their starting 5. The usual starting 5 that you've seen this season with Juergens, Crum, Bischoff, Phyllis, and Yazrambeck. And David, like we mentioned in the open, we want to see a lot from Phyllis and these young freshmen to make a difference in this game.
Yeah, we talked about we're going to see a lot of Grant Finner substitute in this game as well, just a freshman. But Jake Phyllis and Jake Bischoff, the 2 Jakes running the guard position, not a better combo in the conference in the backcourt. And Phyllis, as we mentioned, had 30 points in the victory over Heidelberg on Saturday, the most an Otterbein athlete has had since way back in 2009, before you're even a student here, Aaron, at Otterbein. So it's been a while, but Phyllis, with 3 more years to go, really proving that he's one of the conference's elite scorers. He comes in 8th in the list of the top scorers in the OAC today.
Your officials for tonight's game, Rob Walgate, Rob Branner, and Mo Kincaid, and we are underway as John Carroll wins the opening tip. Now for the Blue Streaks. Setting up shop is Wallach. Over to the near side, trying to get something inside. Up with the hook, and good. That is Jake Hollinger with the first points in this one.
Well, that's the height advantage that JCU brings to the table. Coach Adrian talked about it with us before the game.
Ugly pass there by the Cardinals as the Blue Streaks will set this one up once again. Inside, and we have a foul call. And actually, it'll be a jump ball, and that is in favor of the Cardinals.
Yeah, Jake Phillips might have gotten away with one that time as he was reaching in, but luckily for him, they called jump ball. Possession arrows facing Otterbein.
A lot of contact there, but we'll definitely take it as the Cardinals take possession. 5 count was on. And
yeah, Zoranbeck wasn't allowed to move on the baseline. After a jump ball there, you have to be stationary on the baseline, and he moved there, and that counts as a travel for him. So 2 turnovers early within a minute for Otterbein here.
Not the way we want to get things underway against the strong Blue Streak team. As Joey Vianchik will inbound it underneath. Just underway here from the right center. So set things up top is Hollinger. Over to Sharowitz. .17 on the shot clock as Wallach will take it inside, but he'll pass it back out to Vianchik. Looking for an opening with the shot, and it is up, and just like that, 4-0 in favor of the Blue Streaks.
These two teams have a history, and we talked about last year. They faced off in the first round of the OAC tournament. Otterbein got the win over a heavily favored JCU team, 82-76, and Otterbein went on to lose to Mount Union, but still got the victory in the first round. Bischoff in that one, 27 points. Just a freshman last year, 9 of 11 from the field. Yes, Rombeck had a good game, too, with 9 points and 5 assists.
So an ugly pass by Yaz Rombeck, and just like this, Cardinals have not been able to get a shot off yet in this one with 18:48 and counting left to go. Blue Streaks will set up shop, and quickly inside they go with a dunk attempt by Hollinger. He's denied. The Cardinals will take over and try to get their first shot of the game. As Davis, the top of the key, tries to get inside, will go off to Rhodes. Davis now will chuck this one from 3-point range, in and out, no good. And a rebound by Vianchik.
Chase Moore substituted in the game for Coach Adrian.
Shot by Wallach from 3-point range, and just like that, 7-0 our score.
Now, Danny Wallach's a guy who can really shoot the 3-ball. 40% on the year, 31 of 77 now. In addition to those big guys down low, you got to look out for the little guard on the 3-point perimeter. It's a double-edged sword for JCU.
Cardinals looking to respond. Juergens in underneath. He is hacked. No call. Now they'll call the whistle. And he'll head to the free throw line with 17:56 left to go here in the first.
You know, that last possession, Hollinger might have missed the dunk, but he just as well could have made it, and it was too easy for him to be able to go to the basket. I mean, Otterbein, they're a small team, but they have to play big down low, and all the players, when Crubben gets in and the bigger guys like John Juergens, they're going to have to do a good job of trying to prevent these bigger guys from getting to the hoop easy.
First one for Juergens is up and good. He comes in on the season shooting 58% from the charity strike. As John Juergens will set up again, and his second attempt is up and good. 7-2 our score. Just 2 minutes underway here in the first half. Quickly, the Blue Streaks get things underway. At the top of the key is Hollinger. He sees no one to pass to there, kicks it out to Wallach. Back over to Vianchik, and we have a foul. No, we have a travel call, and the Cardinals will take over. And David, just like that, we've seen 5 turnovers already in this game by both teams.
Yeah, this is looking like our last broadcast when we did the Otterbein women's game against Heidelberg, and there are 15 turnovers apiece in the first half. It's starting to look like that early going here for the men against John Carroll.
Exactly.
Chase Moore, as I said, came into the game for Coach Adrian. He's going with a small lineup out there right now, so interesting to note. Crum not out there, instead he has a guard, a Moyer, who can really shoot the 3-ball. And you see him, man, he's on your TV screen on the near side wing.
Cardinals look for an opportunity. Here's from 3-point range. Chase Moore coming into the game. 7-5 our score.
Chase Moore, just the 8th time he's made a 3-ball this year, but he is shooting 40% when he does attempt it. So that's why Coach Adrian has him in there to try to hit 3 balls.
Hennessy with the shot inside the arc, no good. Rebound by Rhodes. Cardinals set up shop on the other side. Davis from the top of the key. He'll penetrate. Backs off. Cardinals with 20 on the shot clock. John Carroll playing some good physical defense. 10 on the shot clock now for Davis. He'll kick it off. And that's good. That's number 33, Antonio Basutti. And Cardinals take their first lead, 8-7. Quickly the other way. Oh, great move by Joey Vianchek.
Otterbein's made 2 3-pointers here early. The last time we played last year, we mentioned the OAC tournament, Otterbein 11 of 20 from the 3-point line. That was huge in their victory. 3 balls are going to be really important for the Cardinals if they want to get a W today as well.
Yeah, coming in on to the game today, Cardinals last in the OAC in all rebounds. Has a turnover there by Basutti, and John Carroll quickly trying to get back down, but tip pass there by Chase Moyer, breaking things up, and it'll go back to the Cardinals.
We got a line change for John Carroll now as 5 new players coming into the game, and that's something you can do when you have depth like John Carroll does. Otterbein doesn't have that benefit of being able to substitute as many players. So now you have 5 fresh legs coming into the game going against a much more tired Otterbein bunch. And Chase Moore might not have came away with the interception on that last play, but he did a great job of breaking up the pass and ruining their ball movement, or else they could have had an easy layup under the hoop.
Noah Badar will inbound underneath the basket. He gets it into Kasharowicz. So now Badar will take it back. Tim Ludlow underneath, sees nothing. Shot there by Starks, no good. Rebound for the Cardinals as they'll take over and try to get the lead back. Rhodes fakes a shot, but he'll go inside and no good. And just like that, Badar with the rebound. Quickly the other way, Ludlow with the shot, no good. And fight for the rebound. Foul's gonna go on the Blue Streaks. That is their 2nd of the game. Cardinals will take possession.
It's really interesting to see the lineup that Coach Adrian has put out there to combat the OAC's tallest team. He essentially has 4 guards out on the floor right now. The tallest player out there would be John Juergens. Juergens is only 6'6". I mean, comparatively to John Carroll, pretty short, but to Coach Adrian's credit, it's worked here going early in the game as we approach the 5-minute mark, and Otterbein's only down by a point, but essentially 4 guards out on the court doing a good job of stopping the big guys.
Anthony Basutti drives underneath to pass it off to Juergens now. Back out to Davis with 13 on the shot clock. Davis kicks it off to Rhodes for 3, no good. Rebound, fought for underneath, and this one will go on the Cardinals as the first foul for Otterbein in this contest.
They're going to get Chase Moyer for the foul, his first. That's just the first of the game called on Otterbein, and we have substitutions now as Matt McAllister, number 4, the junior, coming into the game. So another little guy, McAllister, just 5'8", coming into the game.
Blue Streaks try to get it underneath. Great defense there by McAllister, but it will stay with the Blue Streaks. 26 on the shot clock.
Now you see McAllister trying to match up with Caputo down low. Caputo's 6'8". McAllister only 5'8", so a big height differential there, and you see it displayed right there.
Oh, Badar, great feed to Hendrickson, but he's unable to convert, and ball tipped out of bounds, and once again the Blue Streaks will have another chance here with the fresh shot clock.
John Carroll shooting themselves in the foot early. They've already missed a pair of layups and turned it over a few times. They've had opportunities to increase this lead, but haven't been able to convert.
Badar will inbound underneath. He'll handle the ball. Far side is Starks. He'll try to penetrate, unable to get by, but he'll kick it off. Shot there by Kaput, no good. Rebound by McAllister. As Cardinals quickly try to get something underneath as Juergens with the foul and 1.
Well, he's the tallest guy out there for Otterbein, and he's doing a great job down low, coming away with the points and drawing contact so he can go to the stripe and try to make it a 3-point play. And look at that, 14-13 to go in the first half, and Otterbein's up.
Not sure we expected this kind of start, but this is awesome if you're a Cardinal fan. as Juergens nails the free throw. 11-9 our score, approaching the 14-minute mark here in the first half. Starks gets the screen, go to the far side. Nice cut there. That's two. Nice shot there by Ludlow. Cuts into the lead. Now we're tied at 11 apiece.
Otterbein trying to compensate there. They double team the guy on the ball, but it leaves a man wide open who can streak to the basket.
Colster with possession. Try to get around this tough defense. As Rhodes will penetrate, he loses the handle, and off come the Blue Streaks. Great steal there by Kasharowicz. They still go to the basket. And that makes it 13-11.
Yeah, already the 5th time Otterbein has turned the ball over, and you almost could have made it 6 times right there. As just barely avoids going out of bounds due to the Blue Streaks, but 5 turnovers and you're only about 7 minutes into the game. Not a good way to start off for Otterbein after you have been turning the ball over a lot this season.
Now, we talked about in the open, we were worried about the size advantage. But, I mean, right now the big thing is just the sloppiness, like you mentioned, of these turnovers. Yeah,
Otterbein's doing a good job as far as the size goes. We talked about the fact that coming to this one, John Carroll, the best rebounding team in the conference, averaging 44.6. And Otterbein, the worst defensive rebounding team in the conference. But you can't tell by out there on the court as they're doing a good job compensating for their lack of height.
Nice steal there. Oh, the Cardinals maintain possession as quickly. Rhodes will take one from three-point range, and it is good. 14-13 our score.
Otterbein already 3 of 4 from the three-point line. We talked about how well they shot the 3-ball last time they played JCU. That's huge to come up early with the three-pointer.
Open shot here for Ludlow from three-point range. No good. Rebound by Bischoff. Nice feed underneath to Rhodes. Great job there. Great ball movement by the Cardinals to get that 2 points.
Yeah, Matt Rhodes, the transfer last year from Walsh. He was out a little bit ago. Team suspension. He's back, and he's a huge player to have in your lineup if you're Coach Adrian.
That's Jordan Murphy, who tried to go up for the shot there as he'll get 2 opportunities for a free throw.
And you see 5 new players waiting to check into the game for John Carroll sitting at the scorer's table there. So Coach Mike Moore showing early that he's going to use his bench, and he's going to use it often. A luxury Otterbein does not have.
Murray at the line looking for his first points of the game. He nails the first one.
Now Coach Adrian's going to go with a little bit bigger lineup as Marshall Crum comes in the game, as does the freshman Grant Finner. Talked about Finner. He's the 2nd leading scorer in the conference among the freshmen behind his teammate Jake Phillis. And the 2 of them will make for quite a tandem down low. Crum more of the traditional center type, and Finner probably more of a forward.
Murphy looking for free throw number 2 and point number 2 for him in this contest, and it's up and good. Each team right now at their full allotment of timeouts. John Carroll with 3 fouls, Cardinals with just 2, approaching the 12.5-minute mark in this contest. Jake Bischoff set things up for the Cardinals. Crum at the top of the key. Goes Ronbeck looking for someone to feed it to. He'll take it himself inside. Up with the basket. Oh, a lot of contact there. No call. Another opportunity by Fenner. No call. And the Cardinals will get another opportunity. Jake Bischoff, no good. Rebound by Hendrickson. Now the Blue Streaks. Hendrickson will try to take it himself. Great steal there by Yaz Ronbeck. Back and forth we go. 16-15 our score in favor of the Cardinals. It's Jake Bischoff. Nice play from Crum from the free throw line, no good. Back the other way we go. John Carroll, open shot for Hendrickson, no good. Rebound by Bischoff.
Tighten up these rims, Aaron. Both teams rattling in and out on the past few possessions. And we saw Yaz Ronbeck try to drive. You can't do this on this team for John Carroll. I mean, Hollinger alone leads the conference in blocks per game with 2.1. So you're not going to be able to drive and try to come away with points. You have to do it from long range.
Here's McAllister inside the arc, no good. Back the other way we go with Hendrickson. Try to penetrate inside. His shot is blocked. Great defensive play there.
Talk about the Blue Streaks blocking it, but how about Bischoff? Getting his feet set in a good defensive position, and he's able to come away and knock the shot down.
can tell these officials are letting the two teams play in this game. Blue Streaks now looking for another point. Here's Wallach from way outside. No good. Rebound there. Nice play by Jake Hollinger. And the Blue Streaks take the lead 17-16. Long pass there to Yaz Rombach. Sees the defense and he'll take it back out. Jake Phillis calling the play. Phillis. Now Bischoff. Phillis will penetrate with the hook shot. Up and good. Nice play there by Phillis. Waiting and waiting and waiting for that right shot.
That's the first shot he's taken after his 30-point performance last week.
Shot there by Hendrickson, no good, and we'll have a foul underneath.
And you hear that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing that Otterbein doesn't have to rely on one guy to score all their points. I mean, anytime someone has to put up 30, that's because he's trying to take the whole team on his back and score all the points. I mean, Phillis, his first shot, and we're halfway through the first half here, so Otterbein still up here by 1, and they've done it without their leading freshman scorer, so able to distribute the ball and have a bunch of people put it in.
Exactly. Only guy on the court right now with points is Jake Phillis. He has 2. Rhodes, Moyer, Juergens, and Busiti are all on the bench right now. And he has Rombach looking to get through the defense and get by the 10 count. It's Phillis from the top of the key for the Rhodes. Underneath, tries to get to Crum, no good there. And we'll go back the other way. You see head coach Todd Adrian, like we mentioned, in his 2nd season at the helm here of the Otterbein Cardinals. And we have a foul call. And we'll go in favor of the Cardinals. That foul will go on number 24, Jordan Murphy. His first. Andy Rombach will inbound here from the near side. You saw on your screen there, Coach Todd Adrian talking to his guys, drawing up that next play. We've hit the 10-minute McNart. And nice feed by Crum. Oh, over to Fenner, no good. Nice play there, but unable to finish as the Blue Streaks now look to respond, but a great block by Crum. And now it's the Cardinals' turn, as Phillis will penetrate underneath with a shot, no good. Nice job by Fenner.
No basket. But if you're Otterbein, the Cards trying to score, and both teams actually is trying to score quickly and transition. If you're Otterbein, the most success you've had on offense this year is when you slow it down and try to run a half-court offense. And Otterbein going quickly. I mean, we saw that they were able to get it down low to Crum, but a little bit late on the pass, and he wasn't able to come up with the layup. If you're Otterbein, try to slow things down and work in a half-court game instead of running so quickly in transition.
Vianchek with possession underneath, dribble it around. Back out to Murphy with a shot, no good. Good defense there by the Cardinals as Jake Bischoff will take over.
I think Crum got a piece of the ball, the 2nd block of the game already.
He has Rombach on the far side, calling the play. 25 on the shot clock. As Jake Bischoff will slow things down. Bishop over to Yaz Rombach, 15 on the shot clock. Now 10. Yaz Rombach will penetrate inside. Good defense there by Hollinger. And Blue Streaks will take over. Wallach will kick it out to Hendrickson. No good. Rebound on the play by Fenner.
Good job of boxing him out by the freshman, able to come down with that big defensive board.
Jake Bischoff, the attempt underneath, no good. Now Joey Vianchek will dribble it around the arc. Hendrickson getting some tough defense there by Phillis. Lazy pass there as Juergens and Fenner teamwork on that one. And the Cardinals will take over. The back and forth we've gone in this game. The largest lead we've seen was John Carroll back at the 18-19 mark. Crum tried to feed Yazram back underneath there, wasn't able to, as now quickly John Carroll will get the shot off Hollinger. And we'll have a timeout for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, just a lazy pass that time. Otterbein already up to 5 turnovers. They only had 8 in their loss to, or excuse me, in their victory over Heidelberg. That's a big reason why they got the victory. As we see on the screen, the top freshman in the conference, with a Jake Phillips leading the way, 15.1 points per game, 8th in the conference among all scorers in the top 50, Aaron. There's only 4 freshmen, and as we mentioned, we're going to see all 4 of them play today. Caputo's already gotten to the game for John Carroll. I mean, Otterbein is doing it more out of necessity, that the fact that the freshmen are playing not as a talent level. Not that these guys aren't extremely talented players, they are, but they don't have a lot of the veteran guys, so they have to put a lot of their younger guys in there to score.
John Juergens now will kick it off to Moyer with the shot up and good for 3. That's how you want to come out of a timeout. 21-19 our score.
Where did this come from? Otterbein only 38.3 on field goals, tied for 9th in the conference coming to this one. They've already hit 4 or 5, Aaron.
Good offensive production by the Cardinals so far as the Blue Streaks look to answer. The shot there by Caputo as the Cardinals will take over. McAllister, and he'll get called for the foul there. Very physical there, but will go in the way of the Blue Streaks.
I don't know about that one. It looked like Biddar was a little bit out of defensive position. Didn't look like he had his feet set, but they're going to call McAllister for the charge that time. Coach Adrian really upset with that call.
Starks will feed it underneath to Caputo as Kasharowitz gets that one, and we're all even, 21 apiece. McAllister finds Rhodes. He'll think twice about that shot as Anthony Bascuti will set up shop. Underneath to Rhodes. He'll take the shot. Nice jumper there. Rhodes coming into this game with 8.1 points per game, shooting 40% from the field. Noah Biddar over to Caputo. Sees the defense. Blue Streaks looking for an opening here. As Kasharowitz loses handle of the ball, Cardinals take over as Bascuti will head it over. And here's one from 3-point range. No good there by Moyer. And the putback by Bascuti.
What a job of Bascuti to stay with the ball, recognize that it's coming out. He gets the long rebound, and he's there for the putback.
Quickly, the Blue Streaks try to answer, but shot no good there. David, I don't think we've said Bascuti a whole lot this season, but he's really played a lot in this contest.
Him and Chase Moore both playing well off the bench for Coach Adrian.
John Juergens playing physical underneath. And we called for the foul there on Kasharowitz.
Update from University Heights, where Coach Connie Richardson's team is also taking on the Lady Blue Streaks. It's 16-24 in favor of John Carroll. Halfway through the first half, we'll continue to update you on other men's scores in the OAC and how the ladies are doing up near Cleveland.
Foul was actually on number 31, Tim Ludlow. So John Juergens will head to the line, coming in today's contest, shooting 58% from the free throw line. As we look for the ball as it dribbled way out of play. And 2 shots now for Juergens. You know, David, as I look over to the student section, I see a lot of young fans over there.
Yeah, there are. There's a decent amount of fans in the arena tonight for tonight's game, and then a lot of youngsters over in the student section here to support on the hometown Cardinals.
You always like to see a little more from the student section maybe in this game, but obviously as the season progresses, they're going to see some great basketball here.
A lot of the students not back yet, still J-term on campus, so hopefully when the regular semester gets in session, we'll see a little bit bigger student sections.
25-21 our score here. Just under 6 minutes left to go as this one by Starks from downtown, no good. Rebound fought for, still fought for underneath. Wow. Great job by Juergens to stay with it, and he'll get the rebound. But Starks steals it away from him, and he'll get the 2-point basket. 25-23 our score.
Now Juergens, after missing those 2 free throws, he's still already up to his season average already in the game. Coming in averaging 5 points a game, he has 5.
Anthony Bascuti with possession here, facing some tough defense as Rhodes will kick it out from downtown. Up and good. And my, oh my, David, this 3-point shooting has been awesome by the Cardinals.
That really is something. They've only missed 1 so far, and that's a big reason why they have the lead they do.
Blue Streaks find Simon Kasharowitz inside with the dunk. And they answer quickly in this contest, 28-25 our score. Matt Rhodes saw number 20 Chase Moyer open there, but thinks otherwise, as Matt McAllister will find Juergens underneath facing some tough defense. Great job by Juergens playing physical in this game, but he's able to get past these blue streaks as McAllister tips this pass out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, that's not a steal, but it's a great play by McAllister as he's able to tip the ball away because they had an easy path to the basket if he was able to cleanly catch that inbound pass. So great job by McAllister there to break up the pass, and it sets them out of position. Now they have to inbound from the near sideline.
Both these teams playing very physical in this contest as Joey Vianchek will inbound it. He'll have possession as he kicks it out to the far side. Hollinger looking for an open man. He sees Vianchek open for three, no good. Rebound by Wallach. Wallach now with 23 on the shot clock. He'll penetrate inside. Takes the shot there, but great block by Rhodes as the Cardinals will go back the other way.
I don't think I've ever seen this many blocks in the first half of an OAC game. Both teams getting up and knocking down shots.
Chase Moyer now thought about the three. He'll kick it over to Rhodes. Rhodes from three-point land. Yes! Just like that, 30-25 our score.
5 3-point field goals now for Otterbein in the first half.
Henriksen will toss it over Vianchek. Now inside is Hollinger. Kick it out to Wallach from three-point range, no good. And Crum with the rebound. Underneath, Cardinals looking to get a shot off. Nice play there by Grant Fenner. And we'll have a timeout as the lead is now up to 10 points, the largest lead between any of these two teams in this contest.
Yeah, I never thought I would have said it, but Otterbein actually out-rebounding John Carroll 17-14. Take a look at some of the single-game scores of the past 5 years, and you can see just how impressive Phil's accomplishment is. 30 points. It tied him with Brian Polak back in 2009. Polak had a 32-point performance the following year, and Neil Ewing, who now plays for Marietta in 2011, had 28 points. I mean, all those guys, when they did it, were upperclassmen, at least not a freshman anyways, and Phyllis did it as a freshman. Just shows how impressive that was for him to do as a youngster.
What a contest up there at Heidelberg, like you mentioned. 30 points. Phyllis shot 10 for 13 in that one. In today's game, Phyllis just at 2 points right now as we take a look at some of the leading scores in this one. Matt Rhodes hitting 3 for 4 from three-point range, 5 for 7 from the field. He leads all Cardinals with 13 points, followed by Chase Moyer at 6, Juergens with 7, Antonio Bascuti at 5, and Phyllis just 2 points. Rebound 5-4 underneath as the Cardinals try to extend their lead here as Antonio Bascuti tries to get past that defense. He does not. Matt Rhodes with possession, and he is fouled. For the Blue Streaks, that'll be foul number 7. And it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Matt Rhodes.
Yeah, John Carroll wanted a jump ball that time. That's what they were going for, and the possession arrow favored them, but a little bit too physical. Now Otterbein will be shooting free throws the rest of the half.
Matt Rhodes coming into today's contest shooting 70% from the free throw line. He's shooting 40% from the field and 8.1 points per game. As Rhodes' first one is up and good, 36-25.
Rhodes already up to 13 points, if you can believe it, Aaron, in this first half. 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point land. His highest total this year.
His second one is up, rattles around.
Yep,
I don't know how that one went in.
Make it 14 points on the day for him.
Blue Streaks now looking to get a basket off here. It's been a while since they've been able to get some points on the scoreboard. As Joey Vianchek gets it over to Wallach. Now Murphy will try to penetrate inside, but he finds David Henriksen wide open from three-point range, up and good. Quickly there as the Blue Streaks get the steal. Hendrickson will try to get the basket, no good. Fought for underneath, as that's Jordan Murphy. And just like that, lead is down to 7 points.
Yeah, 10th turnover of the game by Otterbein. As we said, they only had 8 in the win against Heidelberg. Really got to keep better possession of the ball in the second half.
Matt Rhodes with a shot may have been blocked there, no good. Quickly the Blue Streaks take it down as Wallach. Think twice about going inside. Wallach. Blue Streaks taking their time here with 14 and counting on the shot clock. David Hendrickson will take the shot just from behind the free-point line, no good. Nice rebound there by Bischoff.
That one too looked like it might have been tipped.
Grant Fenner try to penetrate inside. He goes down. Crum takes over, and a nice pass over to Rhodes. The Cardinals will slow things down. 15 on the shot clock. Phyllis will take a long shot from three-point range. No good. Rebound will go to the Blue Streaks as Hollinger get the ball back. He'll penetrate inside, and the foul is called, and he'll shoot 2 from the line.
Now both teams in no slowdown here on offense, looking to score quickly as they're trying to go up and down the court. We heard Coach Adrian say you have to wear out a big team like this, make them run up and down the court quickly, and that's exactly what they're trying to do, trying to score quickly and in transition.
Jake Hollinger coming into this contest shooting 70% from the free throw line. His first shot is up and no good. As at the 103 mark of this contest, David will be joined by Todd Adrian here as we head to halftime to talk about this contest.
Hollinger leading the way in scoring for John Carroll, 6 points.
Jake Hollinger's second shot is up and good. Lead is at 6, 37-31. Just over a minute left to go in this contest. Jake Phyllis now with possession. Try to get past this John Carroll defense. Jake Bischoff will shoot from the the free throw line. That's up and good. 39-31 our score. 40 seconds left to go in this contest. As quickly the Blue Streaks with a shot. That's Joey Vianchek. It's no good, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul will go on John Juergens. That's his second of the game, 6 for the Otterbein Cardinals. Vianchek coming into this contest shooting 68%. He's averaging 9.1 points per game. His first one is up and good. Looking at some of the scoring for the Blue Streaks right now, their leading scorer is Jake Hollinger, like David mentioned, with 7 points in this contest. The next totals go down to 4 points, tied with Vianchek and Murphy. 39-33 our score. Jake Bischoff will cross the timeline for the Cardinals. Bischoff taking his time, is about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Cardinals willing to take their time here to get that last basket before the half. Jake Bischoff will kick it over to Rhodes. Rhodes will take the shot up and in, no good. Rebound by the Cardinals. Juergens will try to get the shot. Excuse me, that's Bischoff with the big three-pointer there at the end of the half. And the Cardinals take the 9-point lead into the half, 42-33 our score. As what a three-point performance by the Cardinals in this contest. 8 for 14. Excuse me, 7 for 13. That's 53.8% from three-point range. Great offensive performance by the Cardinals. As you see, head coach Todd Adrian will be joined by our own David Kinder here momentarily, taking a look at some of the other team stats. Otterbein shooting 48% from the field. Blue Streaks coming in at 36% from the field. Three-point range for the Blue Streaks, just 2 for 10, 20% in this contest. Like I mentioned, 7 for 13 from three-point range for the Cardinals. Free throws, 5 for 6 for the Blue Streaks, 5 for 7 for the Otterbein Cardinals. And it looks like our own David Kinder is standing alongside head coach Todd Adrian.
Susie from the JPL. This is the Otterbein University dance team.
First half, however, your little guys have been able to out-rebound them in the first half.
Well, yeah, I think we played well hard this half. And I challenge those guys. They know exactly what it is, what we're going up against, and what they needed to do. So far, I think they did a good job. We just got to make a second half of it, too. I mean, you can do a lot with desire and technique. I feel like we've been a much better technical team, and we had a lot more passion today than we have to start the year.
Thank you very much, Coach. Best luck in the second half.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Back to you, Aaron.
Every team when we come back here on the other side of halftime, 42-33 our score. We'll see you in about 10 minutes or so to break down the first half.
In a small class setting, while offering competitive athletic opportunities in 23 sports. 10 private colleges and universities form the OAC, the nation's premier small athletic conference. Baldwin Wallace University, Capital University, Heidelberg University, John Carroll University, Marietta College, the University of Mount Union, Muskingum University, Ohio Northern University, Otterbein University, and Wilmington College. The Ohio Athletic Conference, where a proud history meets the promise of tomorrow.
Oh, hey, bud. Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
I've been meaning to ask you, is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No?
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
When I was 16, I was in a bad car accident, and the doctors told me I would never stand again. Somehow, I knew I would. Progress has been slow, but family, friends, and strangers all started to pray for me.
Whether you need support in a tragedy or just to make it through a bad day, prayer can make a difference. America, let's come together by believing with each other.
For someone to come alongside you and say, I'm going to believe with you, it means a lot.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
Where do you think you're going?
Is your body holding you back?
I want to go running. Not with that knee, you're not. I'm fine. Negative.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age.
With that shoulder, you're going to pick up that track. Really?
Keeping you from working, playing, or just plain moving.
Let's not pick her up. What do you say?
Yet a lot of people who live with pain fight back.
Use your head. Save your back. My bride, my rules.
And regain their lives.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa. I'm going running. I'm going running.
I got to see this. Come on, pick it up.
Fight for your mobility. Find your own inspiration at anationinmotion.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Come on. I'll take it from here.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Cardinals take the court here as they come in with a 9-point lead here in the second half. 42-33 our score. David, you take a look at the halftime stats here. What sticks out to you here the most?
Well, it's got to be the three-point shooting of Otterbein. Unbelievable. A team that was worst in the conference in the three ball. Coming in today, they go out there, and in the first half, Otterbein shoots lights out. 7 of 13, 60%, and that's the reason they have this lead. Aaron, if you had told me that Jake Phillips and Jake Bischoff would have combined for 7 points in the first half and Otterbein would have a 9-point halftime lead, I think you're crazy, but they've done it, and it's because of the three ball and rebounding.
Exactly, David, and we talked about it early, and it's been a common factor there at the bottom of the screen. Turnovers, 9-6, favor of the Cardinals. Is David there? The official threw you the basketball. A little skills there in the past life? Or?
I think he wants me to go out and show my three-point shooting skills.
Well, I'm fine with Matt Rhodes doing that for the second half.
He has done
Maybe
a phenomenal job. Matt Rhodes coming to this, averaging 8 points a game, 15 in the first half, a season high for him. He's done phenomenal. The transfer from Walsh we mentioned, he's seen some time on the bench this year because he's gotten in trouble with the team, but he has done phenomenal as you see him there on your TV screen. Coming in this game off the bench, 15 points, a career high in the first half for Rhodes.
Blue Streaks will try to get things going again, down by 9 points as we begin the second half. As Danny Wallach over to David Hendrickson now. Murphy will dish it inside to Hollinger. Hollinger, tough defense there, but foul on the Cardinals.
Yeah, they're going to get Finner. Finner just reached in a little bit too much. Otterbein trying to keep that physicalness going. We talked at halftime with Coach Adrian about how they were able to be physical and match them out on the floor, and he said that they're just playing with a lot of spirit out there and doing what he knows they have been able to do all year. They're just finding it here tonight.
Hollinger coming in on the year, 70% free throw shooter. His first one is up and good. And Hollinger coming in today's contest as the leader in the OAC in blocks with 32. And number 2 in the conference is another blue streak, number 32, Simon Kasherowitz with 25 as he nails the second free throw, lead at 7 points for the Cardinals.
And he had 2 of them in the first half, so already matched his season average halfway through the game.
John Carroll playing the full court defense as it goes out of bounds. And Phyllis not able to handle that, and it'll go back to the Blue Streaks.
Well, if you had to say that Otterbein did something poorly in the first half, it was handling the ball. They had 10 turnovers, make it 11 now, and Coach Adrian had to have harped on him at halftime about that. Better ball handling, that's how they got the victory against Heidelberg.
Vianchek with possession here for the Blue Streaks. Over to Hendrickson, thinks about the shot, and they call the foul on Jens Rombeck. I find that hard to believe when Jens Rombeck is standing straight up, but he'll get whistled for the foul.
Yeah, give Hendrickson an Academy Award that time for his acting job. He just leans into that one a little bit much. He realized that Otterbein was in good defensive position and had a hand in his face, so he leans forward and tries to get around. That's a blown call by the officials there.
Hendrickson's first free throw up and no good. 71% free throw shooter on the season. Coming in with 13.6 points per game, shooting 36% from the field. As his second is no good, and they'll have one more here on the free throw attempt. 42-35 our score. Still in the first minute of play here in the second half.
This is just the third time John Carroll's been to the free throw line in today's game, and as we said, the officials really have let him play out.
Hendrickson misses all 3 free throws.
Wow.
And now the Cardinals will take over possession.
That'll be Otterbein basketball. When he recovered it, his foot was on the baseline there, so another turnover for John Carroll. They're up to 9 now, and Otterbein moving the other way.
God, that's going to make you cringe. Your head coach, Mike Moore, for the Blue Streaks, missing 3 free throws just like that. Andy is round back over to Crum. Fenner with possession, looking for someone to pass to. He'll go inside, sees that stifling Blue Streaks defense. He'll kick it back out to Jake Bischoff. 10 on the shot clock now. Bischoff will try to get the pass inside, and it'll be tipped out of bounds, and the Cardinals have 5 seconds to work with. Jake Bischoff will inbound in front of his bench.
Interesting, Coach Adrian decides to start the second half with the 2 leading scorers from the first half on the bench, and Rhodes and...
Long shot there by Juergens. Excuse me, Bischoff, no good, as Blue Streaks will take over.
That's Juergens, who's on the bench, and he had 7 in the first half, tying his scoring average for the season.
Hollinger with the shot, no good. Cardinals will take over. Fenner with the shot from downtown, no good. Rebound by Hollinger. Hendrickson inside, tries to get the shot off. He does, bounces around, no good. Fought for underneath. Nice defense by the Cardinals, but unable to prevent the basket as the lead is now at 42-37. Timeout will be called. It'll be a 30-second timeout by the Cardinals.
And with that timeout on the floor, that brings us to yet another installment of OTV's famous trivia question.
David, what do you have cooked up for us?
Today's trivia question: before the Reich Center, what was the home arena for Otterbein basketball? And of course, you can tweet your answers in to Otterbein TV, and we'll give a shout out to anyone that gets the answer right. Of course, the Reich Center here in Westerville opened up in 1974 and has been one of the finer facilities in the OAC. But where did Otterbein play their home games before the Reich Center?
See, David, that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, the Reich Center turned 40 this year. Seen a lot of great basketball, a lot of championship teams. Of course, the national championship team back in 2002. Dick Reynolds coached a lot of his career here. I know you know the answer to the question, so we won't ask you to give a question, but if you do know the answer, tweet it in at Otterbein TV and you'll get a shout out.
Count me out already. Wow. At Otterbein TV is our Twitter account. You can follow us for all the latest updates on our events coming up. Of course, our Facebook page as well, Otterbein TV, and of course the website at otterbein.tv as Andy Yazrambek facing some tough defense there, but finds Fenner underneath, and he'll call a foul. I don't know how Yazrambek was able to get it underneath there, but great job by the Cardinals to force the foul.
Yeah, he has great court vision. Andy Yazrambek, he's double teamed, and he just throws it across the court, and he sees that Fenner's all by himself below the basket. Of course, it gave enough time for a JCU player to get in position, but Fenner's able to get up there and cause the foul, and he has a chance to shoot 2 now.
Fenner coming into today's contest shooting 65% from the charity strike, shooting 43% from the field.
As we mentioned, Fenner, the second leading freshman scorer in the OAC, right behind his teammate Phyllis. But he misses both of them. And those are opportunities you have to hit on, Aaron. You get free throws like that after an easy layup that you miss. And if you want to win this game against a 10-win basketball team, that's opportunities you have to take advantage of.
Seeing a lot of missed opportunities just like that one there via Vianchek. As Jake Phyllis now try to continue his hot streak here into the second half. Bischoff now will slow things down with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lead is at 5 for the Cardinals. He'll stop and pop on the three-point line, no good. Rebound by Hollinger, and here come the Blue Streaks. Quickly they fight, inside shot, up and no good by Hendrickson. And we have a whistle here. The official talks to Hendrickson. And they'll call him for the foul as the official had a few words for him, telling him to calm down in this contest.
Yeah, head coach of John Carroll, Mike Morin over there, he was furious. He's up and out of his seat trying to plead his case to the officials there. And of course, he's been in the conference a long time. His 388 career wins rank him 5th all time in the OAC. And looks like they're going to tech him up, and Phyllis is going to shoot free throws with no one there.
Looks like Henderson may have had a few choice words, and they'll pay the price as Phyllis will try his second free throw here. No good. Phyllis coming in. Today's contest is one of the Cardinals' best free throw shooters, shooting 85%. In fact, the best free throw shooter for the Cardinals. After those 2 free throws, the Cardinals will now have possession as they'll inbound away from their basket as Andy Yazrambek.
Coach is still trying to plead his case over there to the officials. And now it looks like they're going to have a little bit of a conference to talk things over.
Today's officials, Rob Walgate, Rob Brammer, and Mo Kincaid. We saw in the first half, they definitely let them play very consistently.
Second half's been a little different, though. They've been whistling a lot more on players. And we saw we just had a technical foul called. But, yeah, really let them get up and down the floor and play a physical game, which really benefits John Carroll, actually. But Otterbein able to take advantage of the lack of fouls called in the first half.
6-point lead for the Cardinals as Yaz Rombeck will inbound it into Bischoff. Bischoff will get the screen there, but is unable to get by, so he'll pass it over to Crum. Now Phillips sees the three-point opportunity, up and good. Jake Phillips still hot from the 3-point arc, 46-37. And back the other way as John Carroll is able to answer. That's number 24, Jordan Murphy, 46-39. Approaching the 16-minute mark in this contest. As now Matt Rhodes will take the shot, no good. That's tipped out of bounds, last touched by Vianchek. And the Cardinals will get a fresh shot clock here as Blue Streaks will sub in 5 new guys.
And we talked about it. That's something that you have the benefit of if you're John Carroll. You have a deep bench, and you're able to sub in fresh legs. Coach Adrian's battling the entire year with a smaller squad, and a lot of younger, inexperienced guys can't necessarily do that as much, and it's really hurt him, and we've seen it this year.
Jake Phillips will inbound it into Rhodes. Rhodes thought about the shot, but he'll penetrate inside. His shot's up, rattles around, nope. And nice rebound there by Doug Caputo. The Blue Streaks will take over. Ludlow takes it around the arc. He'll try to penetrate. Nice defense there by Phyllis. 15 on the shot clock. And we'll have a foul called. And it looks like it'll be on Bischoff.
Up in University Heights, it's halftime as Connie Richardson's squad looks to go for back-to-back wins after they too defeated Heidelberg on Saturday, but they have a little bit tougher task today as it's 39-43 in favor of the Lady Blue Streaks against Otterbein.
And Mariah Huck leading scoring in that contest with 17 points.
Wow.
Like you mentioned, Cardinals down by 10, but in this contest, Jake Bischoff gets the steal, and they'll take it back the other way. But nice defense there by the Blue Streaks as Badar is able to get it. Now he'll try to penetrate inside, whistle before the shot, and they'll call a foul.
Some of the other games, as that foul goes on Matt Rhodes, some of the other games in the conference today, Wilmington and Ohio Northern playing a close one. Wilmington's up 45-43. Heidelberg losing to Baltimore 60-44. Over in Bexley, it's 44-50. Marietta over top of the Crusaders. Mount Eaton's up 31-25 over Muskingum at the half.
Kasharowitz unable to get the basket there, so the Cardinals will try to extend their lead as Juergens was open underneath there, but not able to convert as the Cardinals move the ball pretty well around the court here. Here's an open shot from 3-point range, good. Jake Phillips.
He's kept it hot. He's 2 for 2 in the second half now, and Otterbein heating up from the 3-point line. They have 9 of them today.
Lead is at 10 points as Tim Ludlow will try the basket underneath, but he'll go to the charity strike.
We talked about if Otterbein wanted to have a chance at winning today, they'd have to match how they played last year against John Carroll. 11 of 20 from the 3-point line, and that one in the OAC tournament. Well, today they're doing just as well, if not better. They are now 9 of 15 from the 3-point line for a team that's worst in the OAC in 3-point shooting percentage-wise.
Ludlow coming into today's contest shooting 59%. He cuts this lead down to 9 points. Ludlow's second is up and in. 49-41 our score.
Chase Moyer coming back into the game. He didn't appear much in the scoring column in the first half. He did play a lot. He played a very good defensive game. He was able to knock away a few balls and come up with a few timely steals. So that's why Coach Adrian has him in there. He's a quick 3-point shooter, and he can play good defense.
Blue Streaks playing that full court defense, but Matt Rhodes gets by everyone, and he won't be able to convert on the shot.
Well, I guess one way to get past the full court press is just to go over top of it.
Exactly. Just 3 seconds came off of the shot clock there, so the Cardinals have plenty of time to extend their lead. As underneath is Jurgens with the shot. Nice pass to him, and that makes it a 10-point lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, John Jurgens, the tallest Cardinal out on the floor. He had 7 points in the first half. Now he has 9, way better than his season average. He's doing a tremendous job going against guys much taller than he is.
Tim Ludlow will go inside, and nice effort by him. For Ludlow, that's his 6th point of the contest as the ball will go out of bounds. Cardinals will hang on to possession. Rolling substitutions continue for the Blue Streaks as 5 new guys will come into the contest.
And we see Adrian going with that smaller lineup out on the floor as McAllister comes in to replace Bischoff. A guard replacing a guard, but a much smaller one at just 5'8". And it worked very well in the first half, having that smaller lineup for Otterbein. They were able to wear down John Carroll.
Nice quick movement by the Cardinals there as Rhodes' shot is up and no good. Blue Streaks looking to attack here. Vianchek not able to find anything inside there. Shot from the free throw line, no good by Hollinger.
Otterbein continues to out-rebound John Carroll in this game. A huge surprise considering John Carroll came into this one as the OAC's best rebounding team.
Antonio Basutti facing some tough defense there. Cardinals able to get around it, but nice play there by Vianchek to tip it out of bounds. John Carroll bench looking for a foul there on some of that physical play, but the Cardinals will maintain possession with 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it might not look like much, but Otterbein 28 rebounds compared to 25 for John Carroll. But that's huge, the fact that they have 3 more in them in this one, because John Carroll, as we said, a huge team that can really rebound the ball. And eliminating second chance opportunities was a big key for Coach Adrian, he said, in the first half. And that's exactly what they've done, as they limited them just 5 offensive rebounds.
Cardinals with 29 rebounds in this contest. Just 3 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think the Cardinals know, and that'll be a shot clock violation. None of the 5 guys there, I think, had any idea how much was on the shot clock.
Now, Grant Fanner had no clue coming out of the break there. They didn't realize that the shot clock didn't reset, in fact, so Otterbein turns it over yet again on the shot clock violation.
Blue Streaks will try to cut into this 8-point lead by the Cardinals. Inside is Hollinger, but he'll kick it back out from 3-point range. Hendrickson rolls around. I don't know how that one bounced in, but nice basket there by the Blue Streaks.
That's just the 3rd 3-point field goal of the game for John Carroll. 3 of 11 in this one.
Matt McAllister now with possession for the Cardinals. And nice play by Jurgens. Get past the double team. And great play there. 53-46 our score.
Can't emphasize enough what a great job John Jurgens has done down in the post, up to 11 points now.
3-point shot by Vianchek. Good. Back and forth we go. 49-53 in favor of the Cardinals.
Well, after we just said the boys from University Heights were cold from the 3-point line, they make it back-to-back possessions with hitting a long ball. And they're able to close this lead to just 4 points for Otterbein now.
Matt McAllister from 3-point range, no good. Rebound by Wallach as he'll quickly take it down for the Blue Streaks. He'll think about the shot, but he'll kick it outside. This one from 3-point range, up and good by number 23, Joey Vianchek. Timeout on the floor for the Cardinals, as now just a 1-point lead, 53-52.
Well, we did get a tweet in for the trivia question, and it comes from Otterbein's own @Cisco Kid, Josh Overholzer, and he says the answer to our question is Alumni Gymnasium. The question, of course, where did Otterbein play before the Reich Center opened in 1975? And Mr. Cisco Kid is correct. The answer, Alumni Gymnasium, which you can see on your screen there, opened in 1929. The campaigning started in 1923 for a new basketball court here at Otterbein. It cost $175,000 to build back in the Great Depression days. Opened in 1929 as the home of Otterbein's men's team and had a state-of-the-art facility for the time. Had a swimming pool, 3 basketball courts, locker rooms, handball court, and you can see there it looks pretty nice for a facility back in the 30s. And it served as home of Otterbein's men's teams from the 20s all the way up until, we said, the Reich Center was constructed in 1974.
awesome facility. It looks very bright in there with those windows. I can't imagine during the daytime.
And today it is the Battelle Fine Arts Center, which is still on campus right behind Towers. If you go in there today, couldn't even tell it used to be a basketball arena. I mean, it's where all the musicians play. There's an auditorium in there, but completely redid it in the 70s to make way for the Reich Center, but can't even tell that they used to play basketball in there. Dick Reynolds, of course, played his basketball back then. The great Don Carlos, an All-American in Otterbein history. They won their first OAC title there, and a lot of history over in the Battelle the Battelle Music Hall that used to be Alumni Gymnasium.
12:07 left to go in this contest. 1-point lead. David, what do you tell your Cardinals there in that timeout? You try to calm them down and try to get back to what they were doing in the first half?
Well, you need to make sure that you keep doing what you did in the first half, as you said. Box out and make sure you don't turn the ball over. Otterbein up to 15 now in the game, and just as I say that, they turn it over yet again and almost turn it over as it's almost intercepted. But you got to make sure that you keep the ball in your possession. And three-point shooting, I mean, you can't do anything about it. John Carroll has hit 3 consecutive three-pointers on their past 3 possessions, so you got to be able to defend that three-point line as well as down low.
Blue Streaks with possession now. Inside is Hollinger. Nice defense by Crum. And nice block by Crum as we go out of bounds with 29. Plenty of time left on the shot clock for John Carroll.
Now Marshall Crum has 3 blocks now in this game, and he's doing a tremendous job down low, knocking away the shots of the tall guys.
Danny Wallach. Kick it all the way over. Now from 3-point range, up and good. That's Joey Vianchek, and the Blue Streaks take the lead.
That's the first time they've had the lead in a long time, since the 15-minute mark in the first half, Aaron, and now they're 4 of 4 on their past 4 possessions hitting the 3 ball. Otterbein's got to do a better job of defending the 3-point line.
Cardinals led by as much as 12 points. They now are down by 2 as Crum inside will draw the foul.
What's happening down there is they're drawing Otterbein in towards the basket. They're working it down low in the post, and it's having defenders come towards the ball, and it leaves the 3-point line wide open, so they're able to swing it out, and Otterbein's out of defensive position. And all 4 of those shots were wide open 3-pointers.
Blue Streaks able to steal that inbound as quickly. The other way they go. Jake Hollinger with the dunk as the Blue Streaks extend their lead to 57-53. We knew, David, that this halftime lead was great, but we knew the Blue Streaks could strike, and they could strike fast, and that's what we've seen so far here in the second half.
And they're going to call him for the carry that time, so yet another turnover for Otterbein, the 13th turnover of this game, Aaron. They really haven't improved from the first half in that category, and Todd Adrian looks like he's going to call a timeout. He wants to talk things over with his boys.
The numbers now updated. 15 turnovers for the Cardinals, 7 for the Blue Streaks in this contest. It's been a sloppy game back and forth. Pretty excited to see the last 11:06 of this contest. Could be a good one. And David, we want to shout out and say a special thank you to all our great crew here at the Reich Center with our director, Danny Lebsock, Jacob Barker helping him out, alongside our cameramen, Josh Overhalser, Harrison Ralph, and Connor Scott. And what a great job they've done throughout this entire month of January. Been able to bring you Otterbein basketball and, of course, football and volleyball earlier this season. It's been great, and we have so much ahead of us with basketball just around the corner.
Yeah, always a great crew work the games. The next time we will be streaming live will be Saturday when the Fightin' Muskies come to town, and the men's team hopefully will go for win number 3 as they can get win number 2 in a row today here. But that's the next time you can catch us live here on Otterbein TV will be Saturday, a 7:30 tip-off. Join us just a few minutes before.
Nice cut there by Joey Vianchek. 59-53 now. The Cardinals have some work to do, down by 6. Just past the 11-minute mark here in the second half. Jake Phillips. You guys are on back now. Jake Bischoff gets the screen. 18 on the shot clock. Jake Bischoff looking for someone. Get it to Phillips. Phillips will slow it down with 12. Phillips thinks about the 3. Will go inside with the shot. No good. And the Blue Streaks will try to extend their lead. And quickly, nice play there by Jordan Murphy.
Too easy. Otterbein was too worried about the 3-point line, so they left the middle of the floor wide open. You have to be able to defend both fronts if you're Otterbein. You're fighting a war on both fronts here, and Otterbein left the middle of the floor wide open from the drive to the hoop.
Cardinals try to get the ball inside, but it's last touched by a Cardinal, so it'll go back to the Blue Streaks. This is the largest lead in the contest for the Blue Streaks. They're up 61 to 53, an 8-point lead. Hasn't been like that since early in the first half.
Yeah, you see Coach Adrian over on the sideline. We just saw him on your screen. I mean, he's still passionate and fired up. He's got to get his boys motivated for this game. Keep that intensity up that they had in the first half and don't let it die even though they find themselves down now.
Blue Streaks with 17 to shoot on the clock. Shot clock taking their time here. Now with 10, Wallach will try to fight inside. Great defense there by Juergens. Ball is loose and the Cardinals take over. Jake Bischoff quickly in transition. Try to get through 3-on-1, gets the basket and one. Jake Bischoff, 3 against 1 there. I'm not sure how he got to the basket, but great job there. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
What a job by Bischoff, the conference's second leading scorer with 16.8. He only had 5 in the first half, and that's huge for him to have the ball in his hands, and he has so much confidence driving to the hoop that he's going to take on 3 guys, and not only does he get the basket, he draws contact and he goes to the line.
Bischoff will get his first shots from the charity mark in this contest. He comes into this game shooting 85% from the free throw line, 43% from the field. Bischoff's free throw is up and good. Nice 3-point play by the Cardinals as they cut back into this John Carroll lead. Will starts. Inside, try the Blue Streaks. They're unable to. Quickly in transition, Andy has Rombach over to Fenner. Great play there, but he is fouled, and Matt Rhodes will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, again, Otterbein doing a good job of going to the basket. When I went to Wilmington last week, we talked to Coach Adrian, myself, and John Bazik, and he told us this is a team that doesn't know how to get to the free throw line, talking about his own Otterbein team. He said Phyllis is probably the best guy at doing it, but they don't know how to drive the lane and draw contact. Well, in back-to-back possessions now, we've seen Otterbein do just that. I mean, as Rhodes misses his first attempt there, and he missed the layup, but still, he's able to drive to the hole. We saw Bischoff do it 3-on-1 the last possession, and if they don't get the basket, at least you're drawing contact and you get to earn your 2 points.
Second rolls around, no good. Cardinals down by 5 as the Blue Streaks try to extend their lead. Now past the 9-minute mark here in the second half. As Doug Caputo tried the hook shot inside, up and in. Nice play there by the Blue Streaks. Seen a lot of this full court press by John Carroll trying to force turnovers like they did in the first half. As whistle there, and ball will be going back the other way. And not what you want to hear from the Cardinals. Jake Phyllis with his 3rd foul of the contest.
And heading over to the bench will be Rhodes and he has Rombach, and Coach Adrian's going to send in Fenner to replace him and John Juergens.
Pass goes out of bounds there by the Blue Streaks. And Otterbein will take over. 63-56 our score here from the Reich Center. The 40th season of Otterbein basketball here in the Reich Center.
We're up to 28 combined turnovers for both teams now, Aaron. So both teams playing very sloppy and turning the ball over.
Nice feed there by Chase Moyer.
That's goaltending.
Indeed, the ball was on its downward motion as it was tipped, so the basket will count.
What a backdoor cut that was from Chase Moyer going towards the basket. A good job, Otterbein, to find him down low. And, of course, goaltending, and Otterbein will get the point.
5-point lead for the Blue Streaks. Joey Vianchek will set up shop for John Carroll. Blue Streaks passing it around the perimeter here. Henriksen will penetrate. Nice try inside there by Murphy. They'll call the foul, and he'll get an opportunity for 2 from the free throw line.
Otterbein foul, 23, John Juergens, his 3rd, team 7th. Jordan Murphy, shooting 2.
2 shots for Murphy here, shooting 50% from the free throw line. as he nails the first one.
Murphy's perfect on the day. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He's into double figures as he has 11 points now. One of 3 John Carroll players in double figures.
He nails the second one there as the score is, as you see on your screen there, 65-58, just past the 8-minute mark here in this contest. Jake Bischoff will try to feed it inside, but blocked there, I think, by Danny Wallach.
Hollinger missed a golden opportunity to score that time.
Jumper there by Vianchek, no good. Now back the other way here for the Cardinals as Antonio Bisciutti kick it off to Jake Bischoff. A long three-point attempt, no good. Rebound underneath, blocked there by Hollinger. Here's a three-point attempt, up and no good. Rebound underneath by Grant Fenner. Jake Bischoff quickly the other way. Shot there by Bisciutti, no good, and a whistle and a foul.
These are desperation shots by Otterbein in the past 2 possessions. I mean, it's still 7:05 to go in a very close ball game. 7 points is the deficit. There's no need to chuck up these long threes. That three-pointer from Bischoff was from NBA range, and the one we just saw from Bisciutti, he was completely out of position to take that shot. So Otterbein not taking smart shots here down the stretch, and they need to try to work it down low and maybe use that to their advantage to kick it back out for a good setup three-point ball, but not good shots here by Otterbein.
Jake Hollinger will be at the line for the Blue Streaks. Already 8 fouls in this contest for the Cardinals as he'll nail the first one. Blue Streaks with 5 fouls in this contest. Jake Hollinger. Great defensive effort by him in this contest as his second one is up and no good.
And go along with his great blocking and defense, he also has 12 points.
Jake Bishop will set up shop here for the Cardinals. Kick it over to Bisciutti. Antonio Bisciutti to get the screen by Crum there. He'll try to penetrate inside. Sees the defense there. 10 on the shot clock now for the Cardinals. Chase Moyer trying to get past that division. Here's a long shot there by Grant Fenner, and the Cardinals have got the lead to 5.
Yeah, Grant Fenner, just the big guy out there, just the 7th time all year he's made a three-pointer. As we see the miss there, 26% on the year, but that one's a huge three-point ball.
Cardinals now looking to cut back into that lead as Marshall Crum will try to work it inside. He'll kick it back out. Grant Fenner now sees Bisciutti inside. Nice work by the Cardinals. 3-point lead.
That was all set up by the fake by Grant Fenner. After he made the three-pointer, he fakes another one, and he drawed the John Carroll defense in thinking he was going to fake it. And that led to a wide-open down-low post for Bisciutti, who was able to come up with it.
We have a whistle and a timeout for the Blue Streaks. It'll be a full timeout, 66-63 our score.
Well, you see what happens exactly when Otterbein's able to hit their three-pointers we talked about. It faked John Carroll out. They start to play tighter around that three-point line, and it leaves the middle of the floor wide open, as we saw a great pass from the big guy, Fenner, to find Bisciutti down low for, you can't get an easier layup than that, and we have ourselves a three-point ball game with 5:56 to go.
We talked about it in the open, David. We want to see these Cardinals get that winning streak going, get that second win, of course, coming off of a great win, excuse me, over Heidelberg. And that young freshman talent playing a factor in this contest. Looking at some of the scoring numbers, Matt Rhodes still leads the Cardinals with 15 points, followed by John Juergens with 11, and Jake Phillips with 9 points. For the Blue Streaks in this contest, Joey Vianchek leads with 17 points, but defensively, like we talked about, Jake Hollinger and Simeon Kajarowicz have really played a factor in this contest.
Yeah, they really have. And for Otterbein, this is the last conference team you haven't seen all year. After this game, you'll be replaying everyone you've already played. They have Muskingum on Saturday, who was one of their other one of 2 conference victories. So it gets a little more tougher from here because every other team knows what you're all about. They've seen you before, and they know how to stop you a little bit better. I mean, after today, this is their 9th conference game, so you'll have seen everyone in league, and you get back to playing doubles against everyone else on the opposite side of the court.
66-63 our score, as you see on the screen, with 5:56 left to go in this contest. Blue Streaks will inbound here. They got 20 seconds to work with here on the shot clock. Joey Vianchek will get it off to Hendrickson. Now with 10. Outside there by Hendrickson. Now Wallach. 4 on the shot clock now. Hollinger will chuck one up and no good. Rebound underneath by Crum. Can he save it? They say he stepped out, and the Blue Streaks will get another try.
That's a shame. Marshall might have got a hand on that ball, and then he went to go crash the board, and there were 3 other Otterbein Cardinals there waiting to take an easy rebound, but Marshall tips it out of bounds. An unfortunate turn of events for Otterbein there.
Lead is at 3 points for the Blue Streaks as they'll try to get to Hollinger underneath. Nice defense there by the Cardinals, but the Blue Streaks will maintain possession.
We got a close game here, and in University Heights, it's still close too, as JCU 65, the Lady Cardinals 61, 8 minutes to go in the second half.
We see Hendrickson inside. Nice defense there by Bischoff. And Blue Streaks will get another opportunity here. It's just 3 seconds came off of the shot clock. And here's a 3-point attempt, up and good for number 23, Joey Vianchek, the leading scorer in this contest for the Blue Streaks.
Nothing you can do about that one. You force them into the corner, and you have a hand in their face. Sometimes those shots just go down, and John Carroll was lucky enough that that one did.
Cardinals looking to respond here as Jake Bischoff set up the offense. 14 on the shot clock. Jake Bischoff will stop and pop. Shot well short. The Cardinals get the rebound. Shot there up and no good. 3 opportunities for the Cardinals. Unable to get the basket there. 69-63 our score. Just under 5 minutes left to go. Joey Vianchek will slow things down. Murphy will penetrate inside. His shot is up and good. 71-63 our score. Cardinals need a basket here. Can't let this lead get any larger. Try to feed it into Crum inside, and it's tipped out of bounds. The Cardinals will get another try here with 19 seconds left on the shot clock.
Coach Adrian's going to send Matt Rhodes back in the game knowing that he needs a spark offensively. Rhodes has really done the bulk of the scoring for Otterbein despite not scoring much here in the second half. 15 points on the day for him, and Coach Adrian knows his team needs a spark, so he sends in the scorer, the guy with the hot hand.
Cardinals will inbound it. Jake Bischoff will stop and pop from 3-point range, no good. And the Blue Streaks will take it down and try to extend their lead. David Hendrickson will penetrate inside. His shot is up and no good, and whistle there. Tell the official hesitated a few seconds there, but Hendrickson got hacked, and he'll go to the line.
Now they've started to call a lot more fouls in the second half compared to the first half. That's the 9th of the game, and now John Carroll's in the bonus, 1 away from the double bonus, 5 against Otterbein after a very loose first half where the officials let a lot of the play go on the floor, not so much in the second half.
72-63 here, the 3:46 mark in the contest. David Hendrickson, second free throw attempt, no good. Rebound by Bischoff. Jake Bischoff finds an open Jasmerbeck. Nice movement there as Crum will work it inside. As Rhodes cut inside, but unable to get an opportunity there. Jake Phillips has possession with 18 seconds and counting left on the shot clock. Whistle, and it looks like a foul underneath.
John Carroll foul 5, Danny Wallach.
And they're going to get Danny Wallach for the away from the ball foul, and that'll be the 6th of the game. First on Wallach. Otterbein will get a fresh shot clock and a chance to run it again from underneath the basket.
Both teams now in the bonus as from 3-point range, nice shot there by Jake Bischoff, and the Cardinals are still alive with 3:20 left to go.
That's the second Jake's made so far today after being so hot in the first half. Otterbein's cooled off on the 3 ball, but Bischoff puts him right back in this. John
Carroll happy to take their time here As Wallach with possession here with just 10 on the shot clock. Wallach will try to penetrate inside with the reverse look. Nice job there by Wallach. He puts 2 more on the board. Bischoff now will penetrate inside. He'll feed it to Crum. Crum with the shot. Nice feed there by Bischoff. And timeout for the Cardinals, 74-68 our score.
What a great job that was to find Marshall Crum down low. As you're sneaking to the basket on the left side, you're able to throw it over top of those centers down low and find Marshall on the right side of the basket, and he gets an easy layup, and it pulls us to the score we have now, 74-68, and Coach Adrian's team still fighting. You know, they lost a 9-point halftime lead. They fell down by a big score, but they're still out there fighting, and they know that this would be a huge win if they could pick it up and move into some momentum over the weekend, and they're still out there trying.
Yes, the Cardinals are near the bottom of the OAC conference, and obviously getting these wins here would help propel these Cardinals further up. As you have a look there at Andy Yezrombek, who's all these guys, but of course Andy's played a large role in this game. Currently not any points on the scoreboard, but he's made some great passes, some great plays to set up the Cardinals offense.
Yeah, if you're Otterbein, you got 10 conference games left in the year, and the goal has to be for Coach Adrian to win enough games to get to 8th in the conference, because the top 8 teams will make the OAC tournament. So as long as you're not in those bottom 2 spots, you can get into the tournament, and who knows, you can catch fire and get really hot in the OAC tournament. I mean, they certainly did it last year. They defeated John Carroll in the first round and had a very good game against Mount Union before falling in the second round. So as long as you can get in, you never know what's going to happen. So for the final 10 OAC games, that has to be their goal. Win enough to get in the tournament.
74-68 our score. Cardinals, of course, here will look to play smart. They don't want to force anything. And of course, John Carroll will try to take their time and draw out the clock. Number 23, Joey Vanchek, leading scorer for the Blue Streaks, will try to inbound here. 5 count is on, gets it just in time. And he'll cross the half-court line and set up shop. Wallach getting some tough defense there by Yezrombek. Vanchuk now double team, looking for someone to outlet to, and he'll call the timeout. And we'll have another stoppage of play here with 2:23 left to go. 6-point lead for the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, Bischoff and was just Rombeck doing a great job trapping them that time, forced them to burn one of their timeouts, and those are huge down the stretch with only 2:23 left. Every single timeout and every second on the clock really counts. So to force them to use one of theirs and being able to back them into bad defensive position and have to re-inbound was huge defensively for Otterbein.
Taking a look at some of the other stats and numbers in this contest, like we mentioned, Joey Vanchuk, the leading scorer in this contest with 20 points for the Cardinals. It's been Matt Rhodes, who we saw play a huge factor in the first half. He's kind of cooled off here in the second half, but for the Cardinals, Bischoff and Juergens with 11 points, followed by Phillips with 9, Chase Moyer with 8. You'd love to see these guys kick it up a notch here in the last 2:23 to erase this lead by the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, we talked about it there, and Matt Rhodes really has cooled off. He had a season high and career high at Otterbein, 15 in the first half, and no buckets since then, so it would be huge for him if he can hit something here in the second half.
Otterbein led at halftime, 42-33. Since then, the Blue Streaks have outscored them 41-26 here in the second half. They have that 6-point lead. As nice defensive work there by Matt Rhodes, blocks the shot by Joey Vanchuk. And the Blue Streaks will have 9 seconds to work with on the shot clock.
That was going to be an easy layup for JCU, and good job of Matt going over the back and not drawing contact or getting the foul, and he's able to knock it away and make him re-inbound. Just 5 on the shot clock, too.
Wallach,
I don't think they know it.
And they will get the violation. I don't think, like you said,
no one know it. Because after Yezrombek and Bischoff had trapped them, the shot clock didn't reset, and there was only 15 seconds. And then after Matt Rhodes knocked it out of bounds and blocked his shot, there was only about 7 seconds when they inbounded. They thought they had a fresh shot clock and had no clue.
Andy Yezrombek will inbound it for the Cardinals. Jake Phillips here with plenty of time for the Cardinals, just past the 2-minute mark here in the game. Phillips will kick it Out for three-point range. Nice shot there. 74-71 our score.
Well, it's not the 30-point performance he had, but he does have 12 in this ball game now, and he's hit on 3 of 4 from three-point land. So Jake Phillips, the freshman, stepping up big when Otterbein needs him.
3-point lead for the Blue Streaks. 1:30 remaining in this contest. They've got 20 on the shot clock. Danny Wallach will pop from three-point range, and that hurts if you're a Cardinal fan, as now the lead goes back to 6 points.
That's a killer. You could have kept it a one-possession game there, but they get it to rattle in.
Quickly now, Phyllis tries to respond with a nice penetration to the basket. And now our score 77-73. Timeout for the Cardinals. It'll be a short 30-second timeout.
He certainly doesn't play like a freshman out there, Aaron. He plays like a veteran who's done this for a very long time. But you got to remember, I mean, this is his first year playing varsity college basketball, and hits a key three-pointer. And then after JCU hits one, what does he do? He responds, drives the lane, is able to get a layup, plays just like a veteran out there, does the Zanesville freshman.
Jake Phillips coming into this contest, like we've mentioned, as the second leading scorer for the Cardinals at just a freshman. 15.1 points per game. Tonight's game here, Jake Phillips with 14 points. Leading all scorers right now is Matt Rhodes with 15. All right, Coach Kinder, you got 1:12 on the clock. What do you tell your team to erase this John Carroll deficit?
Well, you have to make sure that you defend down low as well as the three-point line. We've seen in this game countless times Otterbein can do one of two of those things very well, but putting them together has been difficult for them. Anytime they defend down low, JCU's able to kick it out and they have a wide-open three-pointer. Anytime they eliminate and brick up the three-point line, there's someone down low for an easy layup. So you have to do both of those defensively, and then on offense, you have to realize there's still 1:12 left, plenty of time to set up an offense and try to run something efficient. And I think you got to ride the hot hands. You have to get it in Phyllis's hand. He's had 2 back-to-back clutch baskets. Keep riding him. He doesn't have to be a three-pointer, but keep driving the lane and keep it in Phyllis's hands.
Resetting the contest for you here in the Reich Center. As you see on your screen, 1:12 left, 77-73 our score. John Carroll with 2 timeouts remaining. Otterbein with 1. Otterbein with 9 fouls in the contest, so John Carroll will be in the double bonus. Otterbein will be in the bonus. John Carroll with possession here as the Cardinals putting that full court press, and they'll call the foul. Looks like on Andy Yezrombeck, and the Blue Streaks will go to the line.
Yeah, that's just kind of unfortunate for Andy. He had his hands up to show that he wasn't trying to foul, but the defender kind of just fell into him, and that'll be the second foul on Andy, and 10th of the game on JCU, so they're shooting a pair both ways for the rest of the game.
Joey Vianchuk at the line here for the Blue Streaks.
These are huge free throws now for the Blue Streaks.
Up and good is the first one, 78-73 our score.
Vianchuk up to 18 points now, leading both teams in scoring.
His second, up and good, like we mentioned, 2 big free throws. The lead is now at 6. Cardinals will try to respond here, approaching the 1-minute mark left in this contest. Jake Phillips will set up shot for the Cardinals. Nice cut there by Yezrombeck. A nice execution there by the Cardinals. Cuts into this lead, 79-75. Putting on the tough defense here.
Still don't need to foul if you're Otterbein. Still time.
23 on the shot clock. Ball rolls out of bounds. Nice steal by the Cardinals. Quickly we go the other way. Jake Bischoff will stop and pop from three-point range. Up and no good.
Now you got to foul for Otterbein.
Joe Vianchuk with the rebound, and he'll be fouled by Jake Phillips. That'll be Phillips' 4th of the game. And the Blue Streaks will go to the free throw line.
Now I know what Bischoff was thinking in that situation. You have momentum, you have numbers, so why not pop a wide open 3 there? But if you looked, he had about a few more steps he could have taken, set up for an easier 2-shot, more likable that he would have made that one. However, down by 4 here, Otterbein trying desperately to get back in it, but they're going to have to foul anytime JCU gets the ball now the rest of the game.
Vianchuk misses the first free throw coming into this contest, shooting 68%. And John Carroll will use a timeout here. Each team now with just 1 timeout remaining at 32.7 left to go in this contest. Well, David, reflecting back on this contest, we saw a sloppy game early in the first half. We saw a lot of physical play. We come to the second half. We've seen John Carroll take charge. They've taken the lead in this contest. The Cardinals have just been fighting and fighting back, and it's just felt like the Cardinals have not been able to get to this game even?
Well, it's been an Otterbein team of two halves, and both teams did good things in each half respectively and did bad things in each half respectively. The first half Otterbein team boxed out very well and ended up out-rebounding JCU and shot the three ball very well. However, they turned the ball over a lot. This second half team has done a better job at ball handling. They have turned the ball over, but not as much as the first. However, the three-point shooting has died down, as has the boxing out. Now, both teams are even in rebounding.
32.7 left to go in this contest. 79-75 our score, like I mentioned. Each team with one timeout remaining. Cardinals with 10 fouls. Blue Streaks with just 6. Joey Bianchuk will attempt the second shot. His free throw opportunity here. Try to extend the lead to 5 points. Up and good, 80-75 our score. The Cardinals have 32.7 left to work with.
Still here if you're Otterbein, as the shot clock is turned off. No need to take a three-pointer. You can still set up for a 2-ball with only down by 5.
Want to find that good shot as Crumb's pass.
That's not what you needed.
Unable to get the Bischoff there.
Now you got a foul.
And Jake Phillips will foul.
Jake Phillips, his third.
And that'll be his third foul of the contest.
Well, at least if you're Otterbein, you fouled the right guy, because the man at the line only 41% shooting free throw. Oh, excuse me, I have the wrong guy. That's Vinicek. In the year, he's shooting 67%. So Otterbein fouling a guy that's pretty good from the free throw line.
First one up and good. 6-point lead now for the Blue Streaks. Bianchuk. Good for the second one, 82-75.
And now if you're Otterbein with this deficit, you probably need a 3-ball right here, and you need it quick.
Jake Phillips will dribble around. We'll try to find an opening. Andy Isrambek will stop and pop the 3 up and no good. Rebound there by Bischoff. Kicks it out to Phillips for another 3-point opportunity, no good. And that will do it from the right center. Oh. Hard-fought contest by Otterbein, but they will fall in this contest 82-75. Taking a look at some of the team stats, like I mentioned, Otterbein was on top 42-33, but the Blue Streaks outscored them 49-33. And defensively, that's not what you want to see from your Cardinals, as they trail and fall in this game 82-75. As our own David Kinder will be joined by head coach Todd Adrian here momentarily. Like I mentioned, taking a look at the team stats. Otterbein shooting 45% from the field, cooled down in 3-point range here in the second half. Shot 44%, 50% from the free throw line. For John Carroll, they shot 43% from the field, 47%. We saw them light it up here in the second half. The free throw line, John Carroll 72%. And obviously turnovers playing a large factor in this one. Otterbein with 20. John Carroll with just 12, and that sloppy play hurt the Cardinals down the stretch as they fall in this one by 7 points. And of course, our next broadcast will be coming up this Saturday, but first we'll take you down courtside as our own David Kinder is joined alongside head coach Todd Adrian.
Adrian, coach, you had a 9-point halftime lead. We've seen that a little bit this year, where you have a lead or it's close a half, and then it gets away from it in the second half. Ended up turning the ball over 19 times in the game. What happened in the second half to lose the lead?
Well, you talk to any coach around the nation. It's got a young team of guys that haven't been run our plays for more than 2 months. Haven't been in those situations together for more than 2 months. And then they're going to tell you something like that happens. We just need some experience. I mean, we got to get used to taking a punch, delivering a punch back, so to speak. You know, and when to slow it down and when to execute. You saw when we execute plays. We scored very well. For about 2/3 of the second half, though, unfortunately, we just kind of went off the res and did whatever we wanted to do. Maybe what we were doing last year in high school, maybe what we were doing last year in another school, because we got a lot of guys that haven't been in this program. So I love the way we had fight, and I love that we're putting together some pretty good halves as we mature. I told our freshman point guard that last play, he doesn't know what he's doing. We haven't had enough time in practice to go over all those situations, because the bottom line is, if we didn't spend the majority of the practice on our nuts and bolts and our foundation, we're not going to get into a situation where we need to execute. And so I'm okay with that. That's where we're at right now. The fact that we're actually in more games, we are playing better halves, 30 minutes a game maybe. It's part of the process. We're getting better as our guys get more experience, as we understand what it takes to fight teams and really be there in the end of games and how to execute to win the second half against OAC competition. We're going to be pretty good. We got a lot of these guys coming back next year. We're going to lose a few and we'll miss them, but the important thing is that we're getting better every day.
You have Muskingum Saturday. That's a team you've already seen this year, already defeated. Rest of the year, it's going to be OAC teams you've already seen at least once this year. What do you know about Muskingum? How are you going to prepare for the few days of practice you have to go play the Muskies when they come here Saturday?
Well, the same concern I had in the second half as far as execution, the same concern I have now for a team we've beaten. How do we handle wins? How do we handle losses? How do we prepare for a team that we've already beaten? And so that locker room's going to know, hey, we beat Muskingum. Are they going to take that for granted and feel like we can just show up again as a young team like? Or are we going to challenge ourselves to go back out there and prove that maybe we are the better team and the first game wasn't a fluke? So there's a lot of things that we have to concern ourselves with this year that next year we won't. Year after that, we won't even think about it. That's one of them. Just got to have 2 days of practice, The first half, you saw me put 5 new guys in. That wasn't because I was just upset with the 5 that were out there. Those second 5 have been playing very, very well. That was not a surprise to me at all when we brought us back into the game. That was something going into the game. I told the guys before, hey, you guys have earned an opportunity, and don't be surprised at some point I put you all in. I'd rather not have to do it the first 2 minutes of the game, but our team is every day something gets a little bit better, and the playing time is earned in the practice court. And tonight I thought we had some guys really stepped up, and especially from that second team early. And our scout team's been doing a great job these last 2 games to prepare us. So it's a whole team deal, and we just got to keep coming to work every day and getting better.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Best of luck to you guys Saturday against Muskingum.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's going to do it for Down Under the Court. We're going to throw it to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more stats and post-game analysis with me and Aaron Reinhardt. So keep it locked to OTV. We'll be right back.
Member of NCAA Division III, the OAC features outstanding educational programs in a small class setting, while offering competitive athletic opportunities in 23 sports. 10 private colleges and universities form the OAC, the nation's premier small athletic conference. Baldwin-Wallace University, Capital University, Heidelberg University, John Carroll University, Marietta College, the University of Mount Union, Muskingum University, Ohio Northern University, Otterbein University, and Wilmington College. The Ohio Athletic Conference, where a proud history meets the promise of tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Reich Center as the Cardinals fall 82-75 in this contest. And David, a hard-fought game in this contest. We saw a lot of great stuff in the first half. They led by 9 points, but unable in the second half to really get things going.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. As you said, they led at half by 9, and Coach Adrian just talked to me about that. He said, it's what he said the entire year. They're a young team, and as they go forward, these are problems they're not going to have to worry about. But, I mean, they just have to build from here, take what they learned, and use it next Saturday when they take on Muskingum.
Like we mentioned in the open at the very beginning of the show, we needed to rely on the freshman talent. And it wasn't Jake Phillips tonight, but we saw Matt Rhodes play a huge factor in this contest. He lit it up tonight.
Well, Matt Rhodes, he did in the first half. 15 points, kind of cooled off in the second half. I was more impressed with how John Juergens played. Coming to this one, only averaging 8 points a game. He gets into double figures in the scoring column, and he really played physical down low. That's what he had to do. I mean, this was a very tall Blue Streaks team, and he was the tallest Otterbein player out there, but most of the John Carroll players had at least 3 inches on him and probably about 20 pounds. So he played bigger than he really was today and very physical, and I was very impressed in the way he played.
Up next for the Cardinals, they'll take on the Fighting Muskies this Saturday. And David, what do they need to do to get back to their winning ways and try to get that 4th victory of the season against Muskingum?
Well, Muskingum is a team they've already played this year down in New Concord, Ohio. This time it will be at the Reich, and they defeated them. We heard Coach Adrian talk about there. The rest of the year, these are going to be teams you've already seen this year. We defeated Muskingum, and he said, what kind of Otterbein team is going to show up for that game? Is it going to be a team that just shows up and says, well, Muskingum, we already beat them once, so we can do it again? Or is it going to be a team that proves it's not a fluke and wants to go out there and beat them? He said they have 2 practice days left, and they're going to work on a lot of different things. He liked the way his reserves played a lot. He said he put them in the first 2 minutes because he showed in practice that they played very efficiently, and if they played well in practice in these next 2 days, we should see a lot of them against Muskingum as well.
Well, we thank you for joining us here at the Reich Center. 82-75, our final score as the Cardinals fall to the Blue Streaks of John Carroll. We'll see you this Saturday. We take on Muskingum here in the Reich Center. You can tune in right here on Otterbein TV for all the action. For David Kinder, our director Danny Lebsock, and our entire Otterbein TV crew, so long, 82-75, our final score. Blue Streaks on top of the Cardinals. Have a good night.